Since the dawn of social media, Meta and other platforms have faced lawsuits charging that the sites caused harm to their users. The companies have largely shielded themselves from those legal attacks, arguing they are not responsible for content published on their sites. But in the last 2 years, plaintiffs' lawyers and state attorneys general have found success with a new strategy, arguing social media companies knowingly designed their products and policies in ways that could harm children. Meta is one of these platforms, and it faces a high-stakes trial in California over allegations that Facebook and Instagram were deliberately designed to keep minors hooked. A coalition of U.S. states is seeking sweeping changes to the platforms and potentially up to $1.4 trillion in penalties. Jury selection starts today in federal court in Oakland, with opening arguments scheduled for August 18. The trial is expected to last about 6 weeks and could culminate in testimony from Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The case was brought by the Attorneys General of California, Colorado, Kentucky, and New Jersey.
So governments worldwide are asking how old a child should be before joining social media, from Canberra to Brasilia to Abuja. The answer is now shaped by policy, not just parents. Of course, Nigeria, as you're aware, sits inside this global reckoning, still searching for where its own line should fall. And that's what we're breaking down tonight. The Age of Consent Digital Edition. More than 20 countries now restrict children's social media access, mostly targeting under 14 to under 16 age groups. Nigeria has surveyed, we have consulted, we've legislated in the House, but we're yet to set an age floor. In Australia, for instance, 81.5% of under 16s still remain active on banned platforms, but came down slightly from 85.9% 3 months in. At home, 83.4% of Nigerians back some form of regulation. That's according to some research done by the ministry for 585 respondents. Now let's compare what the policy matrix looks like, especially how governments of the world are intervening. There are about 4 models that stand out. The first one is the hard one. It's an absolute ban on age floor used by Australia at under 16, and I think in France at under 15. The parental link model, that one ties younger accounts to verified guardians, as we see in places like Brazil. Now, the safety exemption model lets compliant platforms and opt-out pathways, and you can see that happening in Canada. There's the duty of care. Nigeria's HB 244 takes a 4th path. It's a duty of care model built on content restriction and rapid takedowns rather than an absolute age gate. Now, what's the science behind addiction to social media? Researchers have pointed out to design, not connection, as the main concern here. Issues like endless scroll notifications, algorithmic amplification, which are now flagged as primary culprits. Heavier use is consistently linked to issues like depression, anxiety, sleep disruption, and negative body image. But the magnitude varies across studies, and absolute casualty remains unsettled. But here's how the industry appears to be responding. Meta launched teen accounts with the federal government at the Nigeria Youth Safety Summit. That was in June 26, 2026, bringing private by default settings, issues of like usage controls like messaging limits and sleep modes, and even enhanced parental oversight dashboards. And these continue to try to bring some help and some limitations to abuse and addiction in that regard. Interesting development. Australia's experience has shown us that bans without foolproof verification do not necessarily erase behavior. It's been banned for under 16, but over 81% of them still use it. So Nigeria now needs to reconcile all of these models that we've talked about and come up with something unique. Safety by design defaults, algorithm transparency, and rapid content moderation, experts say, offer more immediate protection than just a contested age threshold. The framework Nigeria builds next will decide whether our children are indeed protected by law or left to a patchwork of promises. We're back with business news after this break. Don't go away.